Hello, today we'll be discussing acceleration and retardation. Acceleration and retardation. Till now we have discussed speed and velocity. Here we'll be playing with velocity once again. So for example, we are having a body A. We are having a body and it is moving with uniform velocity. It is moving with uniform velocity. That means it is covering equal distance in equal intervals of time in a particular direction. That means its magnitude and direction doesn't change. The body's magnitude and direction doesn't change. And magnitude of velocity, it is not changing. The direction is not changing. That is, a body is moving with uniform velocity. That is, its velocity remains same at every time instant. At every time instant, the velocity of the body is same. It is moving with uniform velocity. That means its magnitude as well as direction doesn't change. The body is moving with same speed in a particular direction, in the same direction. Now see here, when a body is said to move with uniform velocity, when there is no force acting on the body. There is no external force acting on the body. So here we are considering the body is moving on a frictionless surface. No force is acting on the body. Then we are saying the body is moving with uniform velocity. For example, body started at 0 second and at 0 second its velocity was 5 meter per second. At 1 second again its velocity is 5 meter per second. After 2 seconds its velocity is 5 meter per second and it is moving in the same direction. At every time instant the velocity remains same. That is, in every time interval the body is covering equal distance. Body is moving with uniform velocity. There is no change in velocity of the body. Now consider variable velocity. The velocity can vary if magnitude changes or direction changes or both changes. That is, magnitude as well as direction changes. Both change. Now see here, variable velocity have magnitude as well as direction. If the magnitude changes, that is, body is moving in a particular direction but its magnitude is changing. That is, body is moving with variable speed. The speed of the body is changing but direction remains same. Then the velocity is variable velocity. It is covering unequal distance in equal intervals of time in the same direction, in a specified direction, in a particular direction. Now this was the first case. Now see the second case. Its direction changes. Only change in direction is there. So for example, body is moving in circular motion. Its speed remains same. That is uniform speed, but direction is changing. The body is covering equal distance in equal intervals of time, but direction is changing. Then we say body is moving with variable velocity. Or both changes. That is, magnitude changes as well as direction changes. These are the three cases. When any of these cases take place, the body is said to be moving with variable velocity. That is, velocity is changing. And this is only possible when some external force is acting on the body. Whenever some external force is acting on a body, there will be change in velocity. If there is no force acting on the body, there will be no change in the state of the body. If body is moving, it will be moving with uniform velocity. So here we will be discussing only change in magnitude. These two we won't be discussing. So our variable velocity discussion will be limited to only change in magnitude. That is, the speed is changing. That is, the speed is changing. The direction remains same. So we can say variable velocity, change in magnitude. Change in magnitude. That is, body is covering unequal distance in equal intervals of time, but the direction remains same. So our discussion will be limited to change in magnitude, but the direction will remain same. There will be no change in direction. Body will be moving in a straight line in a particular direction. No change in direction. So we will be discussing only change in magnitude, no change in direction. So there will be variable velocity only due to change in speed, due to change in speed. Magnitude represents speed, and when speed along with direction, it represents velocity. Now as we are limited to discussion of change in magnitude, that is change in speed. Now see here, if velocity is increasing, velocity is increasing, what it means that velocity is increasing? It means that the amount of distance covered in equal intervals of time will increase with time. So the velocity is increasing, we will be covering more distance in the same interval of time. As the time passes, we will be covering more distance in the same interval of time. So if velocity is increasing, the body is said to be accelerating. The body is said to be accelerating. That is, the motion is accelerated. That is, motion is accelerated. If velocity is increasing, if the velocity is increasing, the motion is said to be accelerated. Now if velocity is decreasing, if velocity is decreasing, the motion is said to be deaccelerated or retarded. Now see here one more thing, velocity is increasing with respect to what? Velocity is decreasing with respect to what? It is increasing or decreasing with respect to time. With respect to time. So if velocity is increasing with respect to time, the motion is said to be accelerated. If velocity is decreasing, the motion is said to be deaccelerated or retarded. And this change is happening with respect to time. Here we will be taking one example. We are having a body and we name it A. Initially the body is at rest. Now some constant force is applied on the body and the body starts to move. And this constant force is acting on the body always, and the body is moving with some velocity. Now see here, here the direction will not change. We are taking body to move in a straight line in a specified direction. There will be no change in direction. Thus the magnitude of distance and displacement will remain same. Now for example, here I am taking time in seconds, distance in meters. Here the displacement and the distance, they will have the same magnitude. Thus we can represent here distance or displacement. Time, now initially at 0 seconds, the body is at rest. Initially there is no force acting on the body. At 0 seconds we applied some force. A constant force is applied on the body. As the force is applied on the body, body starts to move. It will starts to move. It will be set in motion. Now for example at 0 seconds the distance covered will be 0 meters. Now at 1 second its distance covered is 2 meters. For example, it is 2 meters. At 2 seconds it has covered 6 meters. At 3 seconds it has covered 12 meters. At 4 seconds, it has covered 20 meters. So with respect to time, this is the distance traveled. Now if we represent it on the graph, so this line represents distance. At t equal to 0, the distance traveled is 0 meter. At t equal to 1 second, here it is 2 meter, 2 meters. It is at t equal to 1 second. 2, 4, 6. So here we have 6 meter and it is at t equal to 2 seconds. 6 meter distance is traveled when time equal to 2 seconds. At t equal to 2 seconds, the distance traveled is 6 meters. Now at 3 seconds, distance traveled is 12 meters. So 6, 12 meters. 6, 6. T equal to 3 seconds. Now at t equal to 4, distance traveled is 20 meters. So 6, 4. Somewhere here 20 meters. It is at t equal to 4 seconds. Now see here, in first time interval, that is in 1 second, the distance traveled is how much? 2 meters. In next second, that is 1 second. In next time interval, 1 second, distance traveled is 4 meters. In next second, distance traveled is 6 meter. And in next second, distance traveled is 8 meter. Now here we can see that time interval is same, but the distance travel varies. There is different distance travel. There is unequal distance traveled. Thus, we can say the body is moving with variable speed. And since it is moving in a specified direction, we can say the body is moving with variable velocity. We know the direction as well. So we can say the body is moving with variable velocity. So the body is moving with variable velocity. Body is moving with variable velocity. It is covering unequal distance in equal intervals of time. And here we can see there is change in velocity. There is change in velocity. In first second, first time interval velocity is 2 meter per second. So velocity we can say it is 2 meter per second. This is in first time interval. In second time interval, it is 4 meter per second. V1, V2. 4 meter per second. Velocity has changed to 4 meter per second. In third time interval, the velocity is 6 meter per second. 6 meter per second. It is covering 6 meters in 1 second. Now in fourth time interval, that is in fourth 1 second, velocity is 8 meter per second. So velocity represents how much distance it has traveled in 1 second in a particular direction. So our velocities are 2 meter per second in first time interval, second time interval 4 meter per second, third time interval 6 meter per second, fourth time interval 8 meter per second. So each second the velocity is changing. In each second the velocity is changing and there is change in velocity. And here we can see the velocity is increasing. The velocity is increasing. 2 meter per second next time interval, 4 meter per second. Next time interval 6 meter per second. Next time interval 8 meter per second. So here we can say that velocity is changing and velocity is increasing. So the body is accelerating. The body is accelerating. There is change in velocity and this change in velocity is positive. See here, final velocity minus initial velocity, 4 minus 2, 2 meter per second. Each time interval the velocity is increasing by 2 meter per second. Here by how much the velocity has increased? It has increased by 2 meter per second. It has increased by 2 meter per second. Here it has increased by 2 meter per second. Here the velocity is increased by 2 meter per second. In each second, the velocity is increasing by 2 meter per second. Now we'll be defining acceleration. What does acceleration mean? Acceleration. So acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, is the rate of change of velocity. And this change is taking place with respect to what? This change is taking place with respect to time, with time. Thus acceleration means how the velocity is changing with time. How the velocity is changing with time. Is the change more with respect to time? Is the change less with respect to time? How this change is taking place? How this change is taking place? Whether it is increasing or decreasing. If increasing, then how much each second it is increasing. If it is decreasing, each second how much it is decreasing. This all can be figured out by acceleration. Acceleration is defined as rate of change of velocity with time. Rate of change of velocity with time. So here see the example. In each second the velocity is changing by 2 meter per second. So there is change in velocity. That change in velocity is 2 meter per second. Change in velocity is 2 meter per second. And in how much time interval it is changing? It is changing each second. So here the acceleration will be acceleration equal to change in velocity is 2 meter per second and in 1 second. So it is 2 meter per second square or 2 meter per second square. So see here acceleration, what it tells us? It is telling us that in each second the velocity is changing by 2 meter per second. In each second the velocity is changing by 2 meter per second. So there is a change in velocity with respect to time. And how it is changing? That in each second the velocity is increasing by 2 meter per second. So this is acceleration is telling us the rate of change of velocity with time. Here we can see in each second the velocity is increasing by 2 meter per second, 2 meter per second, 2 meter per second. So acceleration tells us how the velocity is changing with respect to time. So here acceleration, the velocity is increasing by 2 meter per second. Thus acceleration equal to change in velocity. Change in velocity divided by time interval. Time interval. So here acceleration can be defined as change in velocity. What is the change in velocity and how much time it has taken? How much time has been taken for that change in velocity? So acceleration equal to change in velocity upon time interval. Now unit of acceleration, SI unit. SI unit of acceleration will be velocity unit, it is meter per second, time second. So it is meter per second square or meter raised to power minus 2. So this is telling change in velocity per unit time. Per second, what is the change in velocity? And that is acceleration. That is acceleration. This is the SI unit of acceleration. CGS unit will be centimeter, CGS unit. Centimeter per second square or centimeter per second square. Now we will be deriving relation for acceleration. Relation for acceleration. Here for example consider we are having a body is there. We are having a body and it is moving in a straight line. It is moving in a straight line in a fixed direction. In a fixed direction, that is direction is not changing, fixed direction. And initially its initial velocity velocity, let it be u. Initial velocity we are denoting with u, and final velocity we are denoting with v. So for example, we are having a body and it is moving in a straight line in a fixed direction, and it is having initial velocity as u. Now its velocity is changing. Its velocity has changed from u to v. U is the initial velocity, final velocity is v. Its velocity has changed from u to v in some time interval, in some short time interval, and that time interval let it be t seconds. So for example, initial velocity is u. Now after t seconds, its velocity, the body's velocity has become v. So listen again, we are having a body, it is moving with velocity u. Now after t seconds, its velocity has changed to v. So there is a change in velocity. So change in velocity will be how much? Change in velocity final minus initial, that is final velocity minus initial velocity. So this is the change in velocity. We have the initial velocity, it has changed to v. So change in velocity will be v minus u. This is the change in velocity, and this change has taken place in how much time interval? In t interval. Time taken for this change, for the change in velocity, for the change equal to t. In t seconds, change in velocity is v minus u. Therefore acceleration will be change in velocity divided by time interval. Change in velocity is v minus u divided by t. V minus u divided by t. So acceleration we denote it with a, acceleration equal to v minus u divided by t. Now see here, for example, there is no change in velocity. If there is no change in velocity, that means body is moving with a uniform velocity. So for example, change in velocity equal to 0, that is there is no change in velocity, then we say body is moving with uniform velocity. It is moving with uniform velocity, there is no change in velocity, that is body is moving with the same velocity, then acceleration will be 0. The body is not accelerating, that is there is no change in velocity. If there is no change in velocity, acceleration will be 0. There is no acceleration. Change in velocity is 0, there is no acceleration. So body moving with uniform velocity does not have any acceleration. Its acceleration is 0. So acceleration comes into play when body is moving with variable velocity. Now here I will be taking two examples. First example we will be discussing about acceleration. Second example we will be discussing about retardation, that is deceleration. So first example, suppose we are having a car. We are having a car and it is initially at rest. It is initially at rest. It is at rest. Rest initially. It is at rest initially. Now it acquires velocity. It acquires velocity of 20 meter per second. This car acquires velocity of 20 meter per second in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds. Initially at rest. Now after 10 seconds its velocity has become 20 meter per second. So in 10 seconds its velocity has increased to 20 meter per second. So this change has been brought in 10 seconds. Now we'll be calculating acceleration of the body. So initially the car is at rest. That means initial velocity is 0 and final velocity is 20 meter per second. And in what time it has acquired? Time taken is 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, its velocity has increased to 20 meter per second. Now we'll be calculating acceleration. Acceleration equal to change in velocity divided by time taken. So here change in velocity is final velocity minus initial velocity. It is 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second minus 0 divided by 10 seconds. It is 20 meter per second divided by 10 seconds. It is how much? 2 meter per second square, or 2 meter per second square. It means its velocity is changing by 2 meter per second in each second. That is 2 meter per second divided by 1 second. So body's velocity is changing by 2 meter per second in each second. In each second, its velocity is changing by 2 meter per second, and here it is increasing. So for example, at 0 seconds, its velocity is 0. At 1 second, its velocity has become 2 meter per second. At 2 seconds, its velocity will be 4 meter per second. 3 seconds, 6 meter per second. 4 seconds, 8 meter per second. 5 seconds, 10 meter per second. 6 seconds, 12 meter per second. 7 seconds, 14 meter per second. 8 seconds, 16 meter per second. 9 seconds, 18 meter per second. 10 seconds, 20 meter per second. And after 10 seconds, its velocity is 20 meter per second. That is being given in the question. So in each second, its velocity is increasing by 2 meter per second. And that is the acceleration. 2 meter per second per second. 2 meter per second square. So acceleration, through acceleration, we came to know that its velocity is increasing by 2 meter per second in each second. Here we will be discussing second example. Here we are having a car and its initial velocity. It is initially moving with a velocity of 25 meter per second. It is moving with a velocity of 25 meter per second, and it is brought to rest. Brought to rest. That means the car has been stopped after some time. That means after some time the car has been brought to rest and its velocity decreases to 0. And how much time it has taken to come to rest from 25 meter per second to rest? And time taken equal to 5 seconds. So in 5 seconds the body brought to rest. So acceleration equal to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time second. So initial velocity we have, but final velocity will be 0 since it has been brought to rest. So 0 minus final minus initial, 25 meter per second divided by 5 seconds. It will be how much? Minus 25 meter per second divided by 5 seconds. It is minus 5 meter per second square. Minus 5 meter per second square. It means the body's velocity is changing by 5 meter per second in each second, and it is decreasing. It is decreasing. So for example, at 0 seconds, its velocity is how much? 25 meter per second. After 1 second, it is decreased by 5 meter per second. It will be 20 meter per second. After 2 seconds, its velocity will be 15 meter per second. After 3 seconds, its velocity will be 20 meter per second. After 4 seconds, here it is 10 meter per second. After 4 seconds, its velocity will be 5 meter per second. After 5 seconds, its velocity will be 0 meter per second. That is, body has been brought to rest. So in each second, the velocity is decreasing by 5 meter per second. So here we have deceleration. Acceleration, we are having negative sign. That is, body is deaccelerating. Body is retarding. If we are writing acceleration equal to 5 meter per second, we can write it as retardation equal to 5 meter per second square. So if we are writing acceleration equal to minus 5 meter per second square, so here minus sign denotes that body is deaccelerating. Minus sign denotes that the velocity is decreasing. The minus sign denotes that the velocity is decreasing each second. Or we can say retardation equal to 5 meter per second. Here the negative sign has been taken care in retardation. Whenever we write retardation, it means the velocity is decreasing by this magnitude. So if we are writing acceleration equal to minus 5 meter per second square, it means retardation is there. Retardation of 5 meter per second square, or deacceleration equal to 5 meter per second square. Therefore, we can say negative of acceleration is retardation. Therefore, we can say negative of acceleration is retardation. Negative of acceleration is retardation. Now see here, acceleration is a vector quantity. Acceleration is a vector quantity. And the direction of acceleration is same as the direction in which the change is taking place. That is, change in velocity is taking place. Direction is direction of acceleration. Direction of acceleration is the direction in which the change in velocity is taking place. Is the direction in which change in velocity is taking place. So the direction in which the change in velocity is taking place, we will get the direction of acceleration. For example, we have to see in which direction the acceleration is taking place. So for example, we have to figure out in which direction the acceleration is taking place. So here we will go with velocity. We will look for the velocity, in which direction the change in velocity is taking place. So if we have to see the direction in which the acceleration is taking place, we will go for velocity, and we will see in which direction the change in velocity is taking place. And from the direction in which the change in velocity is taking place, we will get the direction in which acceleration is taking place. So we have to go for change in velocity. Now see here the acceleration. Here it is, in this case acceleration is minus 5 meter per second square. In earlier case, in first example, acceleration was 2 meter per second square. The acceleration does not denote the direction. The acceleration does not denote the direction. So if we have to find in which direction the acceleration is taking place, we have to go for velocity. In which direction the change in velocity is taking place. And from that we will get the direction in which acceleration is taking place. In which direction the acceleration is taking place. Now see here the plus and minus sign, they denote acceleration or retardation. That is, whether the velocity is increasing or decreasing. For example, here the minus sign is there. Here it denotes the velocity is decreasing. But here in the first case, that is in the first example, it is denoting that velocity is increasing. So here plus and minus sign does not denote the direction. They denote whether the velocity is increasing or decreasing. Whether the velocity is increasing or decreasing. But with velocity, if 2 meter per second, if one velocity is 2 meter per second, v1, v2 is minus 2 meter per second. If we are taking this as positive direction, this will be the negative direction. So always remember, in acceleration, plus and minus sign does not denote direction. If we have to find the direction in which acceleration is taking place, we have to go for velocity. In which direction the change in velocity is taking place. This will give us the direction in which acceleration is taking place. So plus and minus in acceleration does not denote direction. They denote whether the velocity is increasing or decreasing. But here in velocity, the plus and minus sign, they denote direction. So acceleration of the body does not determine its direction of motion. Whereas with the velocity determines the direction of motion, in which direction the motion is taking place. Now we will be discussing kinds of acceleration, that is uniform acceleration, and variable acceleration. So for example, here we have discussed that the velocity was 2 meter per second at 1 second. Afterwards it became 4 meter per second, and afterwards 6 meter per second, and after 4 seconds it became 8 meter per second. So in each time interval the velocity was changing. And this change was 2 meter per second in 4 second, 2 meter per second in next second, 2 meter per second in next second. Now in each second the change is same. The change in velocity is same. Thus we can say the body is having uniform acceleration, that is change in velocity is same in each time interval. The change in velocity is same. Thus the body is having uniform acceleration. So uniform acceleration means the acceleration is said to be uniform when equal change in velocity. Is takes place in equal intervals of time. So when equal change in velocity take place in equal intervals of time, body is said to have uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration we can as well call it as constant acceleration. Variable acceleration if change in velocity is not same in the same interval of time, in the equal intervals of time. Then the body is said to have variable acceleration. Then the body is said to have variable acceleration. Now for example, uniform acceleration at 0 second it was 0 meter per second. After 1 second it became 2 meter per second. After 2 seconds it became 4 meter per second. After 3 seconds it became 6 meter per second. Now we can see in each second the change in velocity is of 2 meter per second, and it is same change in each second. Therefore the body is said to have uniform acceleration or constant acceleration. Variable acceleration, for example, at 0 second it is 0 meter per second. After 1 second it is 2 meter per second. After 2 seconds it is 6 meter per second. After 3 seconds it is 12 meter per second. So here the change of 2 meter per second per second. Here the change of 4 meter per second per second. Acceleration is 4 meter per second square, 2 meter per second square. Here the change of 6 meter per second, 6 meter per second per second. Acceleration is 6 meter per second square. Here we can see the change in velocity is different. Change in velocity is not same. Thus the body is said to have variable acceleration. Here always remember one thing. For example, if a body is moving with uniform velocity. If a body is said to move with uniform velocity, then acceleration is 0. Uniform velocity means constant velocity, the same velocity. The velocity is not changing, then acceleration will be 0. Now, second, if velocity of a body is increasing or changing, we can say, if it is written like that, is increasing or changing uniformly. If velocity of a body is increasing or changing uniformly, then the body is having acceleration. There is acceleration. Acceleration is not equal to 0. The body is having acceleration. Here it is written, if velocity of body is increasing uniformly or decreasing uniformly, that means body is having acceleration. There is change in velocity. So always remember these 2 points. In uniform acceleration, we'll be discussing one example, that is motion of a body under gravity. For example, we are having a body and it is at some height h, and this is our earth and center of the earth. So there is a constant force applied on this body because of earth, and that force is gravitational force. So gravitational force is acting on this body. There is a constant force applied on this body, and the direction of the force is towards the center of the earth. So this is the direction of the force applied, that is the gravitational force. Since there is a constant force applied on the body, there will be change in velocity of the body. And as there is change in velocity of the body, there is acceleration, and this acceleration is constant. And this acceleration we call as acceleration due to gravity, that is due to gravitational force of the earth. Acceleration due to gravity, and this acceleration due to gravity we denote by g, and its average value is 9.8 meter per second square. This is the average value of acceleration due to gravity. Now see here, this is the direction of gravitational force, and as the body falls, so when a body falls down, its velocity will be increasing. And each second velocity will be increased by 9.8 meter per second. In each second, its velocity will be increased by 9.8 meter per second. 9.8 meter per second. So this will be the change in velocity. If it is a free fall, its initial velocity will be 0. After 1 second, it will be 9.8 meter per second. And each second, its velocity will be increasing by 9.8 meter per second. Now, for example, a body is thrown upward. At this time, its velocity will be decreasing by 9.8 meter per second. Thus, body is deaccelerating. Body is retarding. So here, the gravitational force is opposite to the direction of motion of the body. So the direction of gravitational force acting on this body will be opposite to, consider this as the earth. Body is moving in this direction. We have thrown the body upward, and the gravitational force is acting in downward direction. Thus, its velocity will be decreasing by 9.8 meter per second in each second. The body is said to be retarding. The body is deaccelerating. Now, consider first example, that is free fall of the body. So initially at t equal to 0 seconds, the velocity is 0 meter per second. At t equal to 1 second, the velocity will be, it has increased by 9.8 meter per second. It is accelerating with 9.8 meter per second square. So acceleration is provided, acceleration due to gravity. So after 1 second, its acceleration has increased to, its velocity has increased to 9.8 meter per second. After 2 seconds, its velocity will become 19.6 meter per second. So it has increased by 9.8, or we can calculate 2 into 9.8 meter, 2 seconds into 9.8 meter per second square. This will give us 9.6 meter per second. At t equal to 3 seconds, its velocity will be 29.4 meter per second. So in each second time interval, its velocity is increasing by 9.8. At t equal to 4 seconds, its velocity will be 39.2 meter per second. At t equal to 5 seconds, its velocity will be 49 meter per second. So each time interval, the velocity is increasing by 9.8 meter per second. Each time interval, the velocity is increasing by 9.8 meter per second. So a ball is freely falling. Initially its velocity is 0, but after 1 second, its velocity has increased to 9.8 meter per second. After 2 seconds, it has increased by again 9.8. 9.8 plus 9.8, 19.6. After 1 second, its velocity has increased by 9.8. So its velocity, its maximum velocity will be as it is about to just touch the ground. The body will have the maximum velocity as it is just about to touch the ground. Now consider when a body is thrown upward. Gravitational force is acting downward. This time its velocity will be decreasing by 9.8 meter per second each second. So initially at t equal to 0. For example, we have thrown the body with initial velocity of 49 meter per second. Now gravitational force is opposite to the direction of motion. So the body will be deaccelerating. The body will be deaccelerating. It will be, acceleration will be minus 9.8 meter per second square. So at t equal to 1 second, its velocity will be decreased to 39.2 meter per second. So its velocity is decreasing as the ball is moving upward. At t equal to 2 seconds, its velocity will be 29.4 meter per second. At t equal to 3 seconds, its velocity will be 19.6 meter per second. At t equal to 4 seconds, its velocity will be 9.8 meter per second. At t equal to 5 seconds, its velocity will be 0 meter per second. So what happens? The body, we have thrown a body with a velocity of 49 meter per second. As time passes, its velocity will be decreasing. At t equal to 5 seconds, the body will stop here in the air. Now, since there is a constant application of gravitation force, the body will again start to move, and this time its velocity will be increasing in this fashion. This is clear? Now, there is one note provided, that is the value of g. Value of g does not depend on mass of the body. Mass of the body. It does not depend on mass of the body. So here, for example, we have a vacuum chamber, and here one stone is there, and here we have a feather. Now if both the bodies are dropped simultaneously at the same time, they will reach the ground at the same time. They will reach the ground simultaneously. The value of g, the acceleration due to gravity, does not depend on mass of the body. This we'll discuss more when we discuss gravitation in third chapter, E part.